Welcome to the Drunken Upholsterer. Today we're doing a small stool. The reason being cats. I love cats. They're great for work, great for money. But this happens to be my piece of furniture, so it's going to get redone. I'm going to need a few items to take it apart, which is the first step. Since it's tacks, we'll need the tack tool, a hammer to drive it under there, dikes or pliers to pull them out. Sometimes you need a small screwdriver. You always need a small screwdriver if it's stapled. And of course, you need a beer. You got to have that to get started. All right, so we start at the bottom of the furniture. You always start at the bottom. Take the dust cover off first. You might want to take a picture with your cell phone if it's a complicated piece. Then you won't forget what is necessary to put it back. And what you're going to do, you're going to start taking these tacks out. So get out your hammer and your puller. You get it under that tack, you pull it up, under the next one, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. So, you know, you can see what's going on here and what's under it. I'm going to have to get this tacking tape off. Same idea. Get that off of there. That tacking tape holds the welt cord, which is this, in its place. And then we'll do the same with the welt cord. You're going to have to get under that. Pop that off. And what you do is you're going to go all the way around the piece doing that. Time consuming, which means it's time for a beer. Excellent. What I like to do, sometimes it's really quick, just cut this cord right here. Get your pliers and pull it right off. Saves a lot of time. Oh, look at that, huh? You might know. Oh well, okay. So back to the tack puller. Pull those out. When the fabric gets old, it gets weak. And this stool, my mother actually upholstered many years ago. She's been dead now for 4 years. So the stool she did 20 years before that. Same idea. Get under there and pull it up. Saves you a lot of time. You have to go back and when you're done and clean it up and get the ones that didn't come out with the cording. But you do a lot of ripping and pulling and let's see what's inside here. Heard something bouncing around. Look at that. Wonder what that was doing. Looks like something broke in there, but we'll find out what that is shortly. This is a dust cover, just kind of finishes the piece off. Doesn't really provide much of a function. Yeah, you can see where that piece of wood went. Must have been a centerpiece. You see it was right in here. I don't think it's necessary. So we won't use it. That webbing in there, it's loose. We'll have to tighten that up, but that's plenty. It's plenty strong. not putting a gorilla on this, we're just putting our feet on it. There. All right. No, it doesn't want to come. All right. It's going to make me work. Sometimes like that, you can follow it right down the line. Works better. So you know that you're going to need some welt cord. That's easy to do. We'll learn how to do that later. But you want to measure around the stool, give yourself an idea of how much you're going to need. You're also going to want to measure the sides of the box here. But a lot of times you got to take it apart first to see exactly what's going on underneath. But with this, it's no big deal. And it helps to know how they put it together. Whether or not you need stitch it together or tack it together, however it's put on up in this general area here. So you got the cording here, the cording down here, of which you have to make several pieces to get that to work. Getting thirsty. I like to take all the tacks out, though you don't have to. There's a few in there, it doesn't really matter. As long as they're not sticking up and getting in the way. Almost done with that section. There. There. Get that side done. You can see that they put little staples in along the side here to hold that up. Right along there and there. That way there you can use a gimp tack, which is a little tiny tack, something that won't be seen. And then when they went with the cording around there, you couldn't even tell that it was there. You can see the little tack, or the little staple, I should say. Just a little tiny guy. It's hidden. Use it a lot. Just applications like that where you have to staple in the open, but you don't want it to be seen. Oop! Look at that, huh? Fabric's ready to go. Cotton batting for pad. Oh yeah, good. All right. This is actually my mother's old tool. So we're doing her stool. We're using her tools. She would be happy. Maybe I should bring her in next time. I've got her at home. She's in a box. Her ashes. Forgot to bury her. Got Dad too. we'll see. We'll see how that works. Maybe she'd like to come in here. One more side. There, nice and clear. No tacks to stick yourself with. Let's see if we can get it out around those things. Get the screwdriver just right into that staple and work it out a little bit. And you can grab it, pull it right out of there. If you can't get it out, just pound it in so it's not in your way. That way there, it's safe. Let's see how she ended this off. Here's where the box, see, the box is one solid piece of fabric that's gone all the way around, and here's the only joint. And we'll see what she did to connect that there. Looks like she used a tack strip. You could hand sew it. You don't need this. You could just take, you know, your needle and thread, blind stitch it right up there. This is what that stuff looks like. Works good. And then we'll pop this loose. Same idea. Tacks are much faster than staples. They come out much better. And you can see that the cotton really isn't under there. That makes this attach good. Get good purchase. It looks good. There, staple in there, not anymore. All right. No problem. All right, let's see this box now. Oh, still attached. How many legs are there? It seems like more than 4. There we go. Try to save your padding because you can reuse it. Don't just throw it away. I know a lot of upholsterer classes, they just throw everything out and start from new. But it's a waste. This way here, you can reuse that. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Peel that right off the fabric. And you're going to want to take this off. Same idea, it's probably tacked on there. You're going to want to take the tacks out of here. Takes a while. You got to work them out of there and peel the cotton back and push it through or pull it through or whatever works best for you. But you want to make sure you get them out of there because when you miss one, you always find it later on in the finished fabric and it's sticking out in the wrong place. And now you got to take it apart and get it out of there so no one gets stuck. All right, here we go. All right, just roll that up, keep that for later. Get the second one off. that one. We'll pull those tacks out later. You can see how this was put on now. You got the cording under that. Then you got the box material. And then you have the tacking tape. And it's right at the top of the wood, so you know you may want to measure. Sometimes you have to measure. You want to make sure you know how high up it was. Get your pad, your pen, write it down, write it right on the piece. 7 inches, so you know what to do, where to put it back. It's easy to forget doing that and then wondering, oh geez, where was that? Where did they locate it? All right. I need a little break. That was hard work. Now we got to get this box totally off. And same idea. Get the tacking tape. Probably getting the cording as well, which is good. It's coming good. Ah, shit! Stupid thing. That's a little better. Okay, let's go. Let's hope there's no tetanus in this. If there is, I'll blame my mother. She always had it out for me, actually. Look at that, coming right out of there. Looks like she missed. Missed the wood there. That's good. Yeah, it's coming off nice. Yeah, I got blood poisoning from one of these jobs. Didn't even know what it was at that time. Visiting my next door neighbor, he's looking at my arm and saying, "You see that line going up your arm?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You better go to the hospital and get that checked out." And he said, "Right away," and I went right away, and he said, "Oh, yeah, you got blood poisoning." Fortunately, they didn't have to amputate. Just gave me a bunch of antibiotics. There we go. I knew I was strong. That save my fingers, and there we are. So now you can see how they did it. I took this cording, it was stitched right onto the box. Sometimes you can just take the cording itself and go around the piece, or you could stitch it onto the box and then put it on in one play. Both ways work good. And that worked out real good for them. There. If we need it, we know where it is. All right. Well, you can see down here, you know how loose that is. I had that piece of wood going across there, which is stupid. As soon as you put any weight on it, it's going to break off of there. You can see pulled the nails right out and went right down. But we'll tighten all this up, and that'll be fine. When you do the top, obviously you want to make sure you go over far enough so that you can go put your cording on top of that This one's pretty easy job. Made their fold there. And you always make your fold on the long piece of the stool or on the front that's going to be seen. So it comes down like that. You never do it on the side. It can, I mean, it doesn't really matter. But for looks, the best look is the front. You can see how they pulled it over and then cut out that extra fabric so it didn't bunch up. Comes down, makes a nice little seam there. Same thing over here. I got the muslin over the padding. There. We'll use gravity. Give us a hand here. Beautiful. When we put this thing back together, we're going to be using staples. I don't use tacks, they're time consuming. And they ruin the wood. Get too many tacks in over the period of time, and next thing you know, the wood's junk. Look at that beauty. All right, there's the top, just a rectangle. I just cut out a rectangle. Take your measure, make sure you're going far enough down so that it hides the edge of it when you put on your cording, and that's all you got to worry about. Give you enough to pull. Close enough. All right, we're doing good. I think we're so far ahead. I think it's time for a break. Welcome back. Break was just a little longer than I'd anticipated, but we're going to take this off and we'll get to the webbing and see what's going on there. Make this thing, well, we got a little rock there. We'll have to do something about that too. All right, same thing. Excuse me. Oof. Get those tacks out of there. It's nice to use muslin. It helps you to get your cotton nice in here. You put it on before the fay. Hey, geez, there's a little bump there, a little something there. They can manipulate it. And it's good. You know what? It's too much work to take that out. I'm just going to pull that right off of there. We got to get this job done. Look at that. Nice, huh? Yeah, just pull that right off of there. Time is money. I think we'll leave this side on. What we'll do is we'll just take the 3 sides off, flip it over, and then we can get at everything we need to get at. Look at that. That guy's sticking out. Instead of getting it in my finger, we'll pull that out of there. There. Nice. Now we'll take this off. We'll see what we got going here. Oh yeah. A lot of cotton. You can see it must have been dipping before, even though they had that piece of wood in there. Put the pad in the middle to crown it, which is good. Comes right off of there easy. That's nice. Hey, careful. Got to take these out. You want to kind of preserve that burlap because we're going to put that back on. That is a rocking stool, man. Do the same thing. Yeah, you can see that's loosened up. Pull them out with your fingers. That's not good. And what we'll do is we're going to take all of these apart too. And we'll pull that up tight, and we'll put staples in that. But we'll do that a little later. Get the rest of this burlap off. I'm gonna get this stool to stop rocking too. I rock enough after too many beers, and I don't need a little more rocking, that's for sure. I think we might be running over on the beers. I thought it'd be 3, but I think it's time for 4. All right. Nice. We'll go slow so we get the construction part done first. Nice. Couple more. There. Now we're good. All right, we're going to take one side off, leave that side tacked, and we'll do the same on these. Take one side off, leave the other side tacked, and then we'll pull it up tight, staple it. There. Ah, nice. Same thing, we're going to pull that up tight and lift that stool right up, that seat right up. This guy's jumping right out of there. Thank you. All right. See how it's woven. Gives it strength that way. You don't just go straight across. You make sure that they go in and out, in and out, in and out. And they work together that way. Gives it much more strength and helps it to work out nice. Okay, now we got to get the staple gun, get the air compressor up, and then we'll be back. Finish this off, get it all set, and get ready to cut fabric. All right, welcome back. I'm going to get this webbing nice and tight. And in order to do that, we're going to need a few things. You really don't need this webbing stretcher, but it makes it a lot easier. It's easy to hold it, pull it. Staple gun to secure the staples to the wood through the webbing. This is a BEA. Long nose. See how long that nose is on there? Really, really nice. Love this. Had lots of guns in my time, and this is the best one I've had. Really good product. So you want 1/2-inch staples at least to hold the webbing, because that's going to have a lot of tension on it, and especially on a chair or a sofa, you really want it. And you can see even on this, you know, some of these long tacks have popped right out of it. So to load it, you just pop this open and you drop it in, close it up, and you're good to go. So we'll just start with the long ones here. Put your stretcher on it. You don't have to go super tight on the stool, just good and snug. There's 5 across there. Fold that back, tuck that down nice. Put 5 or 6 more in there, and you're good. See, we're much better than we were. Same thing here. You give it like 5 across. Just want to get enough to hold it. That's coming in nice. The reason they folded it underneath and attached it was they started on this side. So they would just do it that way and then pull it from that end. But I wanted to pull it this way because there was less tacks to take out. Made it easier to get the webbing off. So you pull it nice and snug. 5 to hold it. Fold it back. Get that down nice. All right. Now, like I mentioned before, I'm going to weave this right through. So you go over, under, over. Pull that tight. Fold it back. And then this one is going to go under, over, and under. Nice and snug. Under, over. Nice. There. That's nice, huh? Nice and firm. All right, we got to get rid of that rock. We'll get that rocking later. We'll just put this back on. Purpose of the burlap. Pull out. Oh, look at that. See, it's pulling out on the other side. So, you know what I'm going to do too? I'm going to put a few over here. Just in case. Mom, you should have stapled this. These are getting loose, pulling right out of there. So we'll get these so they don't pull out. Jeez. Well, we'll pound that in a little bit. How's that work? Perfect. There. All right. That should stay. Well, we'll do the burlap there. Keeps the cotton from slipping down in between the cracks of the webbing. This obviously isn't the strongest stuff, but it, you know, it's not really structural in that sense. Are we all out already? No. Okay. What happened? A misfire? There's never a misfire with this gun. Oh, there it is. I misfired. And you see why I don't use tacks. I'd be putting in a couple of tacks to every 20 of these. Oop. Little miss. That's all right. There. Beautiful. And before we put our cotton back on, actually, I'm going to put it on. What the heck? Who gives it? Yeah, we don't need that. We need this. Put that on. See how nice and crowned that is? Looks like a stool instead of a flat thing. Even a cat is going to like this better. Pull that down. Put a few staples in. Hold that in place. Now we are out of staples. All right, same thing. Get a new rack, open it up, put it right in there. Good to go. Yeah, that should work, huh? That's nice. I gotta get rid of this rock. This rocking is driving me nuts. Always good. All right, what we're gonna do, probably pull out one of these. Let's see, how was it rocking? You can see this one's high. So we're gonna take this one off and see if it comes down a little bit. See, we pop that glide right off of there. See if that helps. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that worked good. I like that. Yeah, I had gotten some more out, different kinds, just in case I needed to increase the size to get it to balance out, but looks like we pulled the right one off because it's sitting there pretty darn good. Okay, folks, I think we're done. And the next time, we're going to cut fabric, we're going to drink beer, and we're going to make this thing look great.